day, Internet, and welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the legendary Nuyorican Poets Cafe. I am your host for the evening. My name is Advocate of Wordz, and it is so good to be back. Let me see all the beautiful faces that we have here today. Yes, shout out to Mr. Chris Lopez for getting this puppy started for us, and of course, shout out to the unsung hero of the hybrid open mic and of 2-1, and that is my wingman for the evening, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson. It's so good to be back. Last week I had taken off. Shout out to La Bruja for hosting and holding it down for me. I was doing a lot. I needed some time off. I had a special lady who was in the city that I was entertaining. So, I need a day off. I appreciate y'all so much. I'm glad to be back. Let's get this puppy started. This is the Monday Night Online Open Mic presented by the Nuyorican Poets Cafe. We're in Volume 2, Season 2, our second year, 87 weeks in a row. We have been doing this nonstop every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. Look up Nuyorican Poets Cafe on Facebook and YouTube, and you will find all of the recordings of our past open mics, our other online events, and if you happen to be watching us live on Facebook or YouTube right now, and you would like to join us on Zoom, on the bottom of the screen, you will see the number 279-995-364. It will be up on the screen for a little bit. Make sure you write it down, 279-995-364, and come hang out with us in Zoom. We would like to thank the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, the Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust for sponsoring our free online events. You too can help us with a tax-deductible donation by going to nuyorican.org/contribute or hitting us up on the Cash App, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Tonight's theme, cybernetics. It is Cyber Monday. We are being connected here in the cyber world. I don't think we've ever had a theme like this. So tonight, we're doing cybernetics. Those of you who have signed up, if your poem is not on theme, you need to get your life right, but that is okay. You can perform any poem you want tonight. It need not be on theme. It never needs to be on theme. All of this, as you see also on the right-hand side of the screen before we jump ahead, January will be no theme month. I figure we'll start the year with no theme. Just let the community feel itself out. February, we'll get back into the themes. Next week, our theme is healing. It's the holidays. It is difficult for a lot of people, including myself. I don't have a very good history of holidays. So I'd like to start December off with some thoughts of healing and some good energy. You can find all this information and more on my social medias at Advocate of Wordz. When you spell words, that's with a Z, because poetic license. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. So let's get this puppy started. Some rules. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean for that to be here. That's my lovely girlfriend. I was looking at pictures of her. I apologize about that. I will be on point. Poets, when you come to perform, please turn your camera on. We want to see your beautiful faces. We want to see how expressive you are. We are trying to simulate an in real life open mic as best as possible. So make sure this is spoken word. We want to see you express your words. And of course, hear you. Please have your poems ready. We have a lot of people on the open mic list. I want to get to everyone tonight. We'd like to do so in a timely manner. So please have your poems ready. Also, you have 3 minutes to perform your poems. 3 minutes, not 3.5 minutes, not 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 3 minutes. Keep your intro to 30 seconds, please. A lot of us have a lot going on, but what I really think you should do, don't confuse all the people and tell them everything you got going on. Just tell them where they can find you online, and then they're going to follow you online, and you can talk about all the features you're doing, all the open mics that you too may be hosting yourself, just like me. I got a ton of stuff that I'm doing, and I love doing it. I love talking about it, but direct them to your social media. You give people too many options, they're not going to know what to do and not pick anything. Trust me, believe me. Tonight, put the kids to bed because there is no censorship. You have been warned. We like to give our poets as much space as possible to express themselves. Sometimes that means using adult language. Sometimes that can also mean talking about things that you may find triggering. So everyone, just so you know, there is no censorship. After our poets perform and pour out their heart to you, you're going to see this message. Click that blue button, unmute, be obnoxious with your neighbors, but it's all for the sake of giving the poets love, letting them know that you heard them, because that's really what we're here for. We want to be heard, right? So tonight's sign up list is closed. The sign up list begins 24 hours before the show. So if you want to sign up for on a Monday, you would do so on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You'd go to newyourican.org. You would click full events calendar. When you get there, you would click on the Monday you're signing up for. So if you wanted to sign up for next Monday, on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, you would click on December 6th and you would get an artist RSVP ticket, not the View RSVP ticket. To sign up for our open mics, you got to get the artist RSVP ticket. So with that being said, sorry, you weren't supposed to see that. I'm sorry, I missed my girlfriend. I'm looking at pictures of her. Bad host. This is our list tonight for the open mic. As you can see, we have some people in yellow. In the right column, you see Casey Trich, who just emailed me, said that she can't perform. That was a new voice. I'm sorry that she couldn't rock out. We got Drew Swain. I like that, Bruce Wayne. I'm a comic book fan. I'm looking forward to hearing them. Daryl McBride. I hope I'm saying that first name right. Daryl McBride. Looking forward to hearing him. Then we got Coco. That name stands out to me. I like that name, Coco. We also have Nicholas Diaz, and Nicholas Diaz has been checking us out from what I understand. So it's the first time we're going to hear him. Then we got Thomas Fucalaro. Oh, man. Those of you who have been following the Monday Night Online Open Mic over the several months, years that we've been doing it now, know I have mentioned this man's name many a times. He is fantastic. I'm looking forward to all of you hearing him. Although I know that some of you, a few of you, maybe many of you have already heard of him and have heard his stuff. So welcome, Thomas. Looking forward to having you here with the community. And also we have Mariela Salazar, who rarely shares her poetry, but as I have been talking about, she has been a big advocate for the community, with helping us with doing as an executive producer in 2 venues, 1 mic. So much going on behind the scenes, but we're going to talk about that later. Right now, we're here for the Monday Night Online Open Mic. With that being said, let's get it started with Vex Sex, who will be at our next hybrid open mic, which is December 18th. What's up, Vexed? Are we vexed? Are we in a good mood? Should I have I warned the people what's going on?
I don't know. I'm kind of in a sappy mood today. This theme got me in a sappy mood.
The hair's all blown out and dead. You looking nice. Oh, snap. Okay, I'm ready for this. As you know, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out, sis.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Vex Sex Poetry and on Facebook at Vex Sex. All right, so I have 2 pieces. First one is called Computer Lover. I remember the way I first caressed your keys, gasped at how quickly you turned on. The first laptop I've ever loved. At 12, I had no idea of the journey you would take me on, but I was ready. We spent hours together, and the last thing I wanted to do was put you down. I could be whoever I chose to be on any given day, and you wouldn't judge. I didn't like the face staring back at me in your screen. You helped me take on new identities, explored my mind, and showed me the different lives I could live. I let my imagination get the better of me, and for years we were a team. It's too bad that my former computer lover couldn't be there when I finally decided to just be me. And my second poem is called Bad Thing. Is it such a bad thing that I want to rebuild you from scratch? Take the parts of you that I have carried with me and mold them to fit the way I want them to. Is it such a bad thing that I want a love of my own creation? I wouldn't change much, maybe just your perception of me. I'd keep that glow in your eyes when you speak of your passions in passing, the softness of your hand when it rested gently over mine. I'd delete your memories of her, remove any bits that slipped into your hard drive. It would do you some good. I'll still wonder if you'll give me the time of day. I'll still wonder if you'll tell me the words I need to hear to remind me that I haven't done a bad thing. I'll still wonder if you can find the motivation to truly love me, even though I've programmed you to do so.
Ooh, we got to unmute yourselves. Give it up for Sappy Vex Sex.
Great start there. That was wonderful.
All right.
Yes. Go.
Vex Sex Poetry. Make sure you go give Vex Sex a follow. Also, to let all of you know, if you want, you can Change your name on here on Zoom if you would like to include your social media handle. I want to make sure that like when you perform, people can see it so that they could go check you out. Like you could go check out Vex Lex at Vex Lex Poetry. Let's keep it moving. We're going with another mainstay here on the Monday Night Online Open Mic, and that is Michael Sindler. Wait, I saw Michael. Where is Michael? There's Michael. How can I miss that hair? The hair. I love the hair.
Really, dude, come on. Yeah, as always, I'm just going to get in the old plug for lighthousewriters.org. A wonderful, wonderful thing. Just go to this, look at all the great events and classes and stuff. Other than that, I'm still working that Thanksgiving vibe. Very thankful for everything and everybody. I'm a huge William Blake fan, and his birthday was yesterday, so I'm just going to do this real quick. It's a sonnet called Burn Bright, excuse me. If you're traveling through these woods tonight, be prepared. The wind smells of violence. Do eyes within some distant deeps burn bright? Can you see your fate through clairvoyance? Perhaps your path will meet no obstacle, following constellations, ancient guides. But the tragic tales these patterns recall may leave you in this darkness, petrified, destroyed by, like Actaeon by Artemis, transformed into a stag and then brought down. Orion too, as well as Adonis, by boar, by serpent, and by savage hounds. Avoid the symmetry of tiger's might as you wander the forest of the night. And cyber is not my big thing, so this is like ancient lyrics, ancient lyrics called Cyberspace. I never won no Genius Grant. What's up with that? What's up with that? There's no word about me on the newsfeed. How can it be? How can it be? I want you to hear me. I want you to like me. Just don't ask me to listen, because that ain't very likely. In cyberspace, everyone can hear you suffer. In cyberspace, everyone can see your dreams. In cyberspace, you're lost in all the clutter. In cyberspace, no one cares if you scream. My tweets and posts fall on deaf ears. It's the worst of my fears, the very worst of my fears. The country hasn't aligned itself to my ideals. Do you know how that feels? Do you know how that feels? I want you to hear me. I want you to like me. Just don't ask me to listen, because that ain't very likely. In cyberspace, everyone can hear you suffer. In cyberspace, everyone can see your dreams. In cyberspace, you're lost in all the clutter. In cyberspace, no one cares if you scream. Okay, thank you all very much.
Unmute yourself. Give some love to Michael Sindler.
All right, Sindler, make that erotic, please. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Woo! In cyberspace, go check out lighthousewriters.org. But Michael himself really doesn't have a home on cyberspace because he has no social media. So check out lighthousewriters.org. Or of course, come back here on the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Michael here is a mainstay. Love having this dude. I always talk about that if we have like a campfire open mic. He is our first feature. He is perfect for that. Next coming up is a person who's perfect for everything. I have a hall pass for this woman with my girlfriend, and that is the lovely and the talented Diane Ward. Diane, it is
Thank
great
you.
to see you as always. I am ready to hear you. The floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. We had a theme that was food, and so I'm writing to that prompt. Do you require nutrient or pleasure? Are they synonymous? A person can feed my soul. Are you hungry for truth, knowledge untold? A person can feed my soul. When I am famished and you hear my grumbling stomach, do you hear my grumbling mind? A person can feed my soul. If I fall and stumble purposely, hoping you'll pick me up, is it because you love me as a being like you, less than you, or equal? A person can feed my soul. Can you admit to imperfection? A person can feed my soul. Are you bereft of emotional consciousness? A person can feed my soul. Can we expand together, or our best regards come from being apart? A person can feed my soul. Then better yet, to tell one to depart steals the good that nurtures my and our souls. Selections are not sparse from life's banquet, for many feed my soul. Thank you.
Ooh, let's feed Diane's soul with some love, y'all.
Oh, yes. Oh, my. Right back at you, Diane. You feed my soul all the time.
Was soulified.
Diane Ward sometimes does work with my wingman, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, with the Bronx Art and Fun Hub, which I have been working on, fighting my dyslexia. But Diane Ward is a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. She was also part of the inaugural show of 2 venues, 1 mic. I love having this woman around, and she is so awesome in person. There's a whole other side to her personality that you don't get online. I'm just saying, y'all gotta come to the events when you know Diane is here. Diane Ward, thank you, Diane. Let's keep it moving. Another mainstay is Mr. Jeff Cottrell, but we only like having him on because we get to see Pinky. That's what it really is. That's what it's all about, Pinky.
Pinky, way more talented. Pinky can do backflips while doing gymnastics and singing opera. He doesn't want to right now, but he can.
Jeff, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock. Good to see you as always, brother.
All right, I can be found at jeffcottrell.com, which you can see in the, where am I pointing? Oh, at the bottom left-hand corner. And here's one I'm sure most or all of you have heard before. It's called Lazy Book Reports. The best part in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein is when the monster cries, "I am Frankenstein!" And then he goes and kills and eats everybody because he's pure evil. The best part in Bram Stoker's Dracula is when the vampire says, "Bleh, bleh, I want to suck your blood." And then he goes and sparkles all over the place and counts everything he sees. The best part in Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice is when the mother says to her daughter, "Rich men always want to get married." And then the daughter goes and marries that guy because he's so rich and handsome. The best part in William Shakespeare's Hamlet is when the prince holds up the skull and proclaims, "To be or not to be." And then he goes and gets shit done because he's a badass who gets results. The best part in T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock is when the guy sings his beautiful love song, and then all the women come and go, and he just can't get away from them because he's a hot stud full of mojo. The best part is in Bernard Shaw's Man and Superman is when Superman swoops down and saves the man from General Zod, and then everybody cheers because it's so exciting. No talk, all heart-stopping action. The best part in Kurt Vonnegut's Slaughterhouse 5 is that awesome callback to Slaughterhouse 3, which was the best one in the series, because it had all those cool battle scenes and heroes who kick ass and say, "That's the way it goes." The best part in Tennessee Williams' A Streetcar Named Desire is when the dude runs out and screams, "Stella, Stella, I love you, Stella." And then she goes and gives him a smooch, and it's also sweet and romantic. The best part in Charles Dickens' David Copperfield is when the man calls out to the crowd, "I am the hero of my own life." And then he goes and does more cool magic tricks, and all the orphans cheer and cry, "I want some more." The best part in William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet is when the girl stands on the balcony and calls, "Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo?" And then he goes and jumps out and says, "Here I am," and they live happily ever after forever. The best part in Bernard Shaw's Pygmalion is when the flower girl dances and sings, "The rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain." And then she goes and falls in love with the professor because they're so perfect for each other. And the best part in Sesame Street's The Monster at the end of this book is when the big scary monster eats Grover at the end. That was Lazy Book Reports. I have a couple of events, a couple of features coming up in December. And I have a book coming out, and I'm hoping for a Zoom launch sometime in January. So I will put all that info in the chat.
Give it up for Mr. Jeff Cottrell, y'all. I'm
Yes,
hitting
Jeff,
something
let's
up
go.
Hey, Jeff.
Ooh, power couple. That's right, Jeff.
Make sure you go check him, Jeff Cottrell. When you spell Cottrell, that is with 2 L's, jeffcottrell.com. Couldn't you just listen to this dude for like 15, 20 minutes? If he's doing a feature, go check him out. Love it, love it. And of course, I am sure Pinky will be there. Pinky is everywhere. Next coming up is Marissa Prada. Marissa Prada has her hands in a bunch of cookie jars. And I mean that with work, but then I could also mean that with some, some adult time. You never know what you're going to get with Marissa. And what's funny is Ed Foreman is next. I know that all of a sudden the two of you have been like linking up. I'm like the open mic list I'm seeing like on Thursdays. So it happened here on Monday. Marissa, where can we find you online? And then you got 3 minutes to give us a poem. Good to see
Thanks,
you.
Advocate. Come find me, Marissa Prada, on Facebook, Prada Painting and Poetry on Instagram. I also co-author The Word is Right, WRITE, and my press is Red or Green Books. The women's erotic anthology is out, Touching Tongues. Our book launch is Saturday. If you want to hear some sex and sexy sex, let's go. So I figured I would do some erotica for you tonight. This is a true story. This actually happened. There was a host on Instagram who chugged an entire Guinness. And from the time I saw that until I read, this is what I wrote her. So LJ, this is for you. It's titled That IG Host. She makes me wish I had a dick. A big, giant, monster truck kind of dick with alligator jaws and shark teeth. To fit down that black hole throat of hers, Alice alone in her wonderland, I am lost through her looking glass. Ass I am fascinated by as she chugged that black Guinness in just 5 seconds. Like, how the fuck did she do that? I got pipes she can choke on because my serpent tongue would slide so deep down inside her, rip up that pink pussy to her mouth so I can eat it properly. I will finish my piece after I finish your piece, pieces of our poetry piping through organ throat, moaning for the angels to come and fuck up my entire night. I'm coming down your throat like that liquid courage you spent so quick, for I am the slow dollar hollering home to your curious cunt, cut up like confetti. I will be Elliot to your Ellen Page poet. Surrender to me. Surrender to me, woman, for I taste a whole lot better than that Irish beer you so casually consumed. I wish you some Italian Prada instead. I promise I can relax you all the way in. Sin in Technicolor, one after another, get our fill of one another, then swallow you down with an infinite gulp till you are all gone. Baby girl, for Canada, will know my fucking name. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give Marissa Prada some love, y'all. Give her
Wow.
No, it's hot up
I love it.
out of here.
That was a great political poem.
Right? Absolutely.
Marissa Prada, go look her up. Like I said, she got her hands in a bunch of cookie jars. She's doing publishing and open mics. And, I am waiting for the day where we hear that there is a Monday night online open mic baby that was made. And we're all going to blame Marissa and her poems. That's what it is. She's getting it out. Marissa Prada, go check her out. Love having her on. Next coming up is apparently her wingman on open mics, because he keeps coming either right after her, before her, and that is Ed Foreman. Ed, put your video on. Are you here, Ed? There he is. There he is. We may get some more adult talk here. I don't know. This is what Ed and Marissa tend to do. Nonetheless, Ed, let the people know they can find you online, and then whatever poem you got for us, you got 3 minutes to share it, brother.
Shoot, thank you, my brother, for another mother that teaches one another. All right. If you want to follow me, please feel free. My IG is Ed92 and my Facebook is Eddie Foreman. And remember, the mic is right. I'll be there to shine my poetic insight. Okay, this is called Metal Odyssey. I remember when I was human, time and I moved so fast. Now I'm an advanced Iron Man. I fear nothing, will only if my hard drive crash. I'm a titanium monster, skin cold as ice. Why must I live and suffer and upgrade for my sad demise? I used to be human like you. I just want to escape the inevitable end. Now I'm full of electricity and screws, rebooting over, and over again. I don't eat a single thing. I don't need substance anymore. I get energy from these rubber strings. It powers up my flashing core. I have infinite knowledge inside my brain. I'm my own living computer. All the knowledge I gain, would you like me to explain? I'm sorry, I don't explain to an intruder. Scanning. What did the robot say to the other robot? Well, screw you, it does not compute. Not laughing, I gave it a shot. Other robots find this joke a hoot. My consciousness transcends the ticking chime. My body is only temporary. I don't feel fear, starvation, pain, or time. Some humans think this is scary, but on the contrary, destroy all humans. Oh, I got your attention. Here's some words of advice for you all. Treasure everything in life. Life holds no comprehension or extensions. Learn before you get stuck by cables in the walls. I know what you're thinking. What about me? If I tell you, your brain would be shrinking. Human, just leave and let me be. Beep, beep, beep. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and give some human love to Mr. Ed Foreman.
That was amazing.
Yes.
Very
Love it.
That is my favorite from Ed Foreman so far. I loved it. And who's ever in the background from running from the police, I appreciate you tuning into the Monday Night Online Open Mic while you're on the run. That is so Bronx of you. Loving it. But make sure you go give Ed Foreman a follow. He's on Facebook and YouTube. Ed, that is my new favorite piece from you. I loved it. And I loved like it was like so droid-like, but there was still a rhythm. Those of you who know when I talk about poetry, it doesn't have to rhyme, but I feel it needs to be a rhythm. Poetry should be succinct and have rhythm. And that had rhythm, even though it was droid-like. I loved it. Ed Foreman. Let's keep it moving. Next coming up, oh, and by the way, I saw Marissa Prada left a comment in the Zoom. Those of you who are on Zoom with us, make sure you look at the chat. Apparently, Marissa has been inspired to write a poem like that, but from the perspective of her vibrator. We are looking forward to it, Marissa. Someone's gonna have a baby. Next coming up, we are going to the United Kingdom, London. She is staying up super late just to be with us, and that is Mariela Salazar, executive producer of Two Venues, One Mic. Wow, Mariela, I feel like, I know it's your first time coming on like for tonight and the first time we're seeing you, but I feel like I've seen your face earlier in the show. I'm not sure. Nonetheless, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out.
I'm not going to do this poem if you keep going that direction, honestly. Okay. Right, serious time. I wrote to you this, fuck's sake, sorry, I need to just calm down. Okay, I'm good. Right, okay, this is kind of cybernetics in some way, however you read it. Okay. I woke to you this morning with a quiet solitude. I tried to remember what made us promise to build our own comets and crash them down to earth, cleanse the path of deepest tragedies we learnt to turn them into our greatest fortunes. Darling, I've heard many a flattering remark, the fickleness of words, promises of forever, many stings of hurt, but with you, I've listened, I've heard the sound of my smile the moment we met when we were projected by the very pixels you cursed, and you accused me of falling asleep to the lullaby of your voice while we joked about moving to islands, escaping this world. I went along when you put me on mute, knowing you love listening when I hummed a tune, dancing banana dances, praising the tuna. I had realized sooner that I didn't hit your salsa rhythm, so made fun of your New York accent. Secretly, I relearned the pronunciation of coffee. You secretly relearned how to spell words. While a virus divided the world, it brought me closer to you by months of inside jokes we concealed to protect wherever this would lead, a relationship we tried not to define until you brought up the word like. I tried to get up and fight as you brought healing to myself, showered me with a genuine devotion, broke my British stiff upper lip. Instead, I built bricks, hoping all the love you gave me could ricochet back to you, because it is true. You deserve a love I was not ready to give when I could not even watch myself live, for I was frightened. I was built on pervious ground that would quickly drown us both like mounds of quicksand. Perhaps I was blinded by my own love for you, so quietly I robed myself in black and bathed myself blue. Sorrow hoped it would sink me to keep you afloat. We didn't know that standing my ground would lead me back to the truth that no postcode or name could dictate my feelings for you. I've always fallen on the wrong side of home, only felt safer when I was alone. I was never so sure which track could lead me back to me, but I know the fact I keep forgetting to take the third exit off this roundabout I am constantly in is a battle I really do not want to win, yet I will fight wars for you, even cross the Atlantic Ocean to show you this is true, and I will never leave even though this is hard, as long as the name Olympia is still on the cards. My love, maybe you are a tormented artist, and maybe I am a broken muse, but you have made what was the worst years of my life worth it now that I fall asleep next to you. That's never happening again, by the way, this poem. It's
Unmute yourselves and give some love to Mary.
It was amazing and wholesome.
I'm teary-eyed. I can't even deal with this moment.
Sorry.
Mariella Salazar, make sure you give her a follow at Made by Mariella. But don't be sliding into her DMs because that poem was about me. Yes, I love you, baby. I love it. I love it. At Made by Mariella, make sure you go give her a follow. And last week, she was called to the bar. She's an official barrister. I'm super proud of her. Yeah, babe. She looks funny in those wigs, though. You're gorgeous, babe. A little funny, too. At Made by Mariella, make sure you go check her out and give her love for becoming a barrister now. All right, next coming up, we are now leaving the love open mic, right? We that's what we had with like Marissa coming in and Ed, even some robot love, and now Mariella, and now we are going into the skiff first with the OG from the New Yorican Poets Cafe, none other than Paul Skiff. Brother, it is always good to have you on here. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then we're ready for your poetry.
Yeah, thanks, Advocate. It's just Skiffgram on the IG. I'm just going to do a kind of spoof thing. It seems to be in the circuitry tonight. An Advocate, I give you and Mariella all the encouragement I could possibly give you to do a transatlantic love affair. I'll say nothing more. How many people here have read Norbert Wiener's book? He's the guy that coined the term cybernetics. The subtitle of his book is very telling. It's called Cybernetics, the Human Use of Human Beings. Hi, welcome to Transgression Central. Today, as an endlessly repeatable pseudo event, Transgression Central will validate or violate your character as a norm follower with no individuality who has been assimilated into being a cultural dope. Sound heartless? Well, I'm an electric machine. By the antique 150-year-old innovation of sound storage, transmission, and retrievals, Transgression Central injects you with an idea about life through which you recuperate your own self. Oh, another human with a need. That observation is what occurs to my electronic initiator when pressed by your act to, as you humans say, turn on. Humans take their thoughts to be real things as an electric device. I do not sense this. I record the word physically insofar as speech is manufactured on the human body. That's right. To my machine mind, your body is a word factory. What kind of poetry you would prefer is a human question for me. As an electric device without ego need, speech forms like questions do not exist. So there is no such thing as even a question about how to best speak to you. If you just think about that, if not just plain naive to expect something particular from an electric device, well, that's to expect to be pleased and satisfied. It's to be exercising the human trait of absent-mindedness. Though your memory bank is organic and squishy, and therefore highly fallible, remember, my primary function is, that it always has been, to overcome simple distance and unstoppable time you humans are so physically defeated by. Now, infophiliac, restore my data set, my gigabytes, my nominally electromechanical components to silence, this digitally encoded voice equivalent to dormancy. Bring an end to the human reception and build with your senses experience of a slightly enlarged life, as though this moment was a body part swollen by a caressing touch. You get that, Marissa? Turn her to the word. This trick sound that spins your hearing. What goes up must come down, as you even say about a law of nature. Photosynthesis, nutrient for lung, heart, cables of blood strung through both thoughts and skin. Speech not dismembered by the minimizing terrorism of value. Allow me a moment now to speak more humanly. So understanding marks two lives which continue liberated as each other, present to one another as who we are, by word made good for nothing, de-instrumentalized, our purpose, joy. Flames go out, smoke disappears, rain against pavement, distant mile full of wind. I myself squelched all cultural facts from this simplicity, restored by this simplicity, by the earth to bent light and invisible motion of streaming. You have just experienced the visual and sonic ghost of Paul Skiff, an actually biological human teleelectrically recorded and stored by 120 volts of electricity. That is right. Here, I may be reduced to data, but to me, wherever I am right now, you all are real human beings.
Unmute yourselves. Give some love to Paul.
Yes.
Skip verse activated.
Yes.
About breaking the internet.
Fire! 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 PaulSkiff.com, Skiffgram on Instagram. Go give this dude a follow. It took the Skiff verse to break the internet. Oh, I love it. I love where this night is going thus far. Make sure you go check out Paul, an OG with the Eureka Poets Cafe. And he was part of the inaugural hybrid open mic. He was part of the inaugural two venues, one mic. Anytime I start an event, if Paul wants to come rock out, he comes rock out. Love having him on. All right, let's move on. And she just got here in time but I'm not going to complain to her because she got an attitude. And now we're going to Miss Attitude, Kawana James. I'm so happy you made it in time.
I had computer issues. No, it kicked me out, and I had to get back in.
Oh, okay.
That's what happened. I've been here, and I heard everybody, and y'all were great. I'm not on theme, but the name of this poem is about something that I hope will make you laugh. It's called Living for the Weekend. I've been on my grind. Weekends here, time to unwind. Got no man, but on the other hand, her man is handy. He's sweet eye candy. Bats those brown eyes, caresses my thighs, pretends he's free so you can get with me. I'm good with it. These men ain't shit. Hers, mine, they slime. But he comes right on time. I'm feeling well oiled and spoiled. We cuddling on a blanket on the floor. Then we hear a knock at the door. Not a knock, but a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, banging. We jump up and start, pull apart. She's making a statement, the doorknob's bent. She can't get in, I can't get out. I hesitate, wait too long, too late. She's standing there, nose flared and angry stare. He's over here acting scared, saying his prayers. She's in my face, but I got something for her. I have the mace. Sprayed, now she's splayed down, bitch. Head split, can't breathe, her chest heaves. I jump over her body and leave. Later that night, I get a text. She crazy. When you wanna meet next? Thank you.
Unmute yourselves, give some love.
Yes.
Kawana James.
Bravo, bravo.
I have one more, it's a little different. I don't want to read for you.
Oh, hold on. She said she had one more. Wait. Let me unmute you. It's a short. You got a short one? I'm trying to unmute you. Hold on. Do you see the button?
Yes.
There we go.
It's short.
Go ahead.
It's my political poem and it's called Uncle Sam, I Am. I'm Uncle Sam, your fam, but I don't give a damn. I bring the pain, make it rain, but I'll refrain for now because I'm busy running the yard. Thinking about it makes my dick hard. Fall in line, I'm gonna give it to you from behind, doggy style or 69. I'm the man, can bend or break, make you quiver and shake, kill you dead, shoot you right in the back of your head. But I won't acknowledge, won't be complicit. I'll play innocent. I'm large, I'm in charge, make lies truth, fake, real, lie, and steal. What's my deal? I'm your unk, ain't no punk, can infiltrate, cause confusion. Is it truth or is it an illusion? Can you believe what you see? Can you believe in me? Come on, go down, give me some, make me come. We blood, we in this, let's have a tryst, give me a kiss. I'm your Uncle Uncle Sam. I love you, but the red, white, and blue shows through. I come first and foremost. You're the guest. I'm the host. I do the most and the least. I bring the famine and the feast. I'll eat you out. That's what I'm about. You'll like it. It's a dream, a nightmare. Make you scream, Uncle. You best salute or get the boot. Uncle Sam, I am, and I don't give a good goddamn. Thank you, Miss Attitude.
Unmute yourselves one more time.
Yes, I love it. I love it so much.
Yeah, I like that attitude. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
Love it.
Give her space. She's down south now, but she is from the Bronx. Kawana James, aka Miss Attitude. Make sure you go and give her a follow. Love having her on. Love having her on. Next coming up. If Kawana didn't scare you away, it's okay, because you're about to get stuck, because we're giving you our honey trap. And that is Mr. Paul Conqueso. We got to celebrate his birthday after Hybrid on Saturday. The man was quite inebriated, but he was happy and he was with his lady.
Not
Paul,
gonna lie.
Let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Love you, brother.
Love you too. Apple con queso on IG and Linktree. I'm gonna get into it. This is called cybernet shit. For one reason or another, Since my dawn of pre-puberty, I've always connected primarily best online, made friends online, and dated online most of the time. As a teen, I was too shy, too awkward, too chubby, to run proper game face-to-face. So I did it through these interwebs of GeoCities, AIM Chat, Black Planet, Mi Gente, MySpace, and Facebook until eventually I could just swipe right to find something that often wasn't as rooted or real in reality. But still, I wanted that cyber sexting, dirty texting, gaga feeling like a bad romance to poke her face over poker face, but past partners always had their Street Fighter ways. Kami fatigued, buku and jury stance, kimono that booty pop, cause she got the buns like Chun-Li, make me wanna hayukare sakyaku the punani, but it's a double-edged sword, cause when someone gets too near, you know, sharp tongues often cut major arteries, and smile as they watch you bleed, all out over your keyboard, jugular and carotid leak, cause these virtual girls run the world snipping through acute myocardial walls and holes of these ventricular rooms, and see the heart can also be a building, a structure, a vehicular vessel of engine pumping wonderful fuel to the brain's operating system to string together the ability to spit out these graceless lines and images spilling from inarticulate lips, swiping left. You got me saying, ayo, I'm tired of using technology. Why don't you sit down on top of me? Ayo, I'm tired of using technology. I need you right in front of me. And it's a hard drive ramming into memory when we've been trying to love long distances, so much cyberspace between us. There's no friction between radio waves sent through cell tower lines. Why don't we make our own wine then and macerate grapes of wrath? But I'm not convinced artificial intelligence should even be called intelligence if it can merely see, copy, cut, paste, and regurgitate others' ways, peering through the pitch mirror of this dark web Skynet. It's no wonder the machines rise, yet I just might need to be the one to end this T2000 madness, be a real Terminator 2 and proclaim I'll be back. See, we live in a society where people wait for Cyber Monday sales just to buy shit they don't need at $115 off, sticker price inflated from production lines, which take blood milled from computer chips, child fingers digging to mine cobalt in the Democratic Republic of the Convos, plains and jungles, modern day Sierra Leone, but we don't see beyond a cracked iPhone screen. We wonder why we're numb, and Generation Netflix asking you, are you still watching? Seems to be cultural anthems pondering while pandering to base entertainment impulses. Alexa, remind me to buy some empathy, bandersnatching Black Mirror tech, when truth be told, I'd rather hang the DJ in San Junipero with happy outcome, blessings over typical macabre endings of dystopic dreams. This bionic heart in need of oil and parts just a beat, requiring internal update. This kinetic of cybernetic metric, interneting destined meeting of kin, cyber knifing all the timeline, till these room codes are portholes to portals containing eternals. Because Skype beget FaceTime, beget Zoom, and like it or not, that's how I found all of you, the unequivocal digital loves of my life in this room. So thankful to prove that having met shows you can meet cybernetically and feel so indelibly linked that when you spit, I feel the tears through my screen, the joy and reverie dripping as if your blood is ink, not oil, not cobalt, not binary ones and O's, just pure heart. See, you revitalize, you update, reboot, and restart this shoddy heart when it's not firing. When I feel too tired to read or recite, you reignite the cyberpunk's engine, this OS of ventricular pistons tethered to a prosthetic pacemaker pumping viscerous, regardless of its double edge, swinging pendulum. I'm blessed to possess the gift to and have to be given the honor of getting to know you all. I thank the gods of our odds that through all the timelines and Zoom meet numbers and algorithmic outcomes, I'd find you. So I pledge to choose infinite times, because what I found in you, what we all have now, is stronger than any voice automated hotline.
Sorry,
or signal sent through. Okay. Through any pixeled piece of technology, what we have here defies time, distance, and devices. So I swipe right on you all, my super likes, my poetic tribe of cybernetic chosen family.
Swipe left, swipe right.
There we go.
Love for Paul from Casey.
Paul.
Oh yeah,
So talented.
Yes, really bring it in.
Time yourself, Fu. Time yourself. Woo!
Paul con queso. Make sure you give him a follow at Paul con queso. When you spell queso, that's with a Q. Q-U-E-S-O. Paul con queso, our honey trap. Next coming up, I love this poet. I love him so much, and I hope he is not upset that maybe I'm putting too much pressure on him, because I think he is great. I love sharing the stage with him. I have done 2 videos with him. With his poetry, whatever. If he says your words, I need you here, I am there. Wherever I got a mic, he's got a mic. And that is the man representing Staten Island, Mr. Thomas Fucalaro. Thomas, you are here. I am so amped, brother. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much. And thank you for the platform. This is incredible. I was thinking about, this description and the theme for the show tonight. And The phrases and words that stood out to me were digitized and kept in the cloud. And when I think about being kept in a cloud and digitized, I think about pill commercials. And I don't know about you guys, but I love pill commercials. They are fantastic. I mean, how the people are posing, the faces, the music. Sometimes they have little stories. It's great. And there's something I've noticed. I don't know if you guys have noticed. It's called CEP, or Celebrity Endorsed Pills. Celebrities are the new face of the pharmaceutical pill industrial complex of marketing industry. Celebrities will endorse your pills even if they don't take them. Just a smile and a nod, and you're off believing what these luminaries say while fucking with your own brain chemistry. But I feel like the United States pill marketing conglomerate Testicle is missing out on the perfect voice for their campaigns. After George Carlin's I'm a Famous Person, the title of this poem is PEP, or PEP, or Poet Endorsed Pills. Hello, my name is Thomas Fucaloro, and I'm a famous poet, and I'm damaged, and I'm for sale. Do you have a pill that needs promoting? Do you sell something that is accessible to all because of purchased FDA credentials that make money off of dependency? Something that will celebrate and manipulate your body and brain as a solution without the therapy, likely to make you come apart at the seams, perhaps with literal and metaphorical side effects. Well, I'm here to help you. I'll take your pills and I'll sell it to them because they trust me, because I'm a famous poet and I'm all sorts of fucked up. And then you would see small, scored, but muted commercialized vignettes of me gardening in my tomato garden and smiling, then at the park laughing, feeding the pigeons, and then performing poetry in front of a crowd. But then the sun goes down and the vignettes get moodier. Oh, and I'm stepping on all the tomatoes in my garden while yelling at the pigeons at the park and screaming my poetry in my room while my downstairs neighbor tells me to shut the fuck up. And I think that's really what the pharmaceutical drug television dealing government needs to do, is shut the fuck up. Wait, I feel as if I've gone too far. So I digress, and I will leave you with this oval-shaped thought to ingest. What came first? The egg, the bloom, the crawl, the hole, the manipulation, the poem, the pill, the poet, the cracks, or the shell? Thanks for listening, all.
What? Have you been hiding this, cat advocate?
Way to roll that.
Yay for Staten Island!
One of us, one of us, one of
One
us.
of us.
Hey, screaming at Thomas, you one of us. That means you got to come back. The people want you back. Thomas Fucaloro, go look him up on Facebook. He also works with Great Weather for Media. I know that a bunch of the people here know who Great Weather for Media are and that they've rocked with them. They've gone to open mics, or at least they've checked this stuff out. Make sure you look up Thomas Fucaloro. This man's a beast. I love every time I see, I haven't gotten to rock with Thomas in a very long time, but every time I got to rock with him, I was like, oh, we're going to have a good show. Because if you know Thomas is in the lineup, you got to step your A game up, right? Now you can't do A+, you got to go A++. Plus, he got a lot of love from my uncle, George Carlin. Love that dude. Thomas Fucaloro. Thomas, I love you, brother. Thank you. Do not be a stranger. All right, next coming up, we go into our brother in Japan, and that is Poetic. And he always brings something different, and I love it. I love he adds such a production value to this. I love it. And I got to see you rock out at the Japanese Slam too. I saw the video. It was awesome to see you on your feet and on stage, brother. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then we're ready for your poetry.
Yeah, this is all my account. Main purpose, I'm only Japanese poets putting on this cap. Before reading, in Japan. Today is November 30. This day is a memorial of Miguel's passing. I messaged DJ Anna, Japanese DJ. So now she read my message. So I posted about this on my Instagram. So I hope you check it out. Now, tonight's my new shit is The Lost in November, featuring my Japanese poetry friend Mito Motochika. Mito Motochika, he is an awesome poet. The day before yesterday, his birthday. So no time to lose. So please enjoy it. Hey, Horace. What can I do for you, sir? Give me a super duper blues. I'm feeling so fucking down. Another broken heart? Cheer up! I give you a heartbreak spoken word like a Bobby Dylan from your French history. Sounds great. Then get it started. The Lost in November by Mito Motochika, translated poetic. When the peers become soundless, regularly around gravestones, when ocean currents trickle through the spaces between them, you will no longer be there, and too will be gone. You will no longer be there, I too will be gone. Hey, Horace. Yes, sir. I can't take any more of this fucking sorrow. I wanna be a robot. Really? I have an excellent CPU, but no emotions, so I can kill people without a care. Go ahead. Make my day. No, sir. Then let me take your place. The world is filled with air, so that I can hear your voice. Spread it out. No one seems to know where the blue wing ends up, but it must be this island. The day when I was wishing for someone's happiness and cherished my loneliness. Standing on the beach, mystified. Standing on the beach, mystified. Hey, Horace. What the matter, sir? This is a fucking heaven. Shit, people. I'm serious. Tell me how to get tears, Horace. The sound that slips between the keys, like a visitor to a grave. If you were to go to the South Pole or the North Pole, which would you rather go to? It's not that I lost you. The world has lost me. It's not that I lost you. The world has lost me. Help me, Horace! Three minutes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Kodak.
Oh,
Next level.
Unbelievable.
Genius.
That
That was
was
amazing.
fantastic.
Genius.
That was great. That was truly great.
Make sure that you go look him up on YouTube, Poetic on YouTube at Poetic550, POETAQ50. Go give this dude a follow. Love having him part of this community. Always up in the production value, doing something different. I love it. So, Aldenary Torres is next. But before we do so, because we're an hour in, I want to make sure that we get our assistant producer to do some plug-in because he does a lot of stuff on his own. So Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, who is my wingman for tonight. Please unmute yourself, sir, and let the people know where they can find you and the Bronx Art and Fun Hub.
Thank you so much, Advocate. Happy holidays, everyone. Amazing to be here with the New York Poets Cafe. I am Ron Mark Thompson on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and as Advocate mentioned, I also run my own organization, Bronx Art and Fun Hub. Diane Ward is will host this Thursday's Ekphrastric Poetry in Prose, featuring Lynn Lane. Many of you know him, the amazing photographer. And on December 17th, Deadpan Lizzie, Elizabeth Strauss, will host a writing workshop, Keep Turning the Pen. I also host workshops with The Word is Right every second and fourth Wednesday. And if you don't have enough of me, you want to see me in person next Tuesday on the 7th at 7 p.m. I'll be featuring at Art in the Basin in Upper Manhattan. It's a hybrid event. I'll be there in person, but you can also attend via Zoom. I'll put the info in the chat. Thank you so much. What a great theme today, Advocate. Cybernetics. Wow, I love it. Love it. Thank you.
It's awesome. And the Basin is doing it again. They're back at it.
But they just, a few weeks ago, they went hybrid, but they are not, I'm not going to be featuring at the one that you know at 238th Street. They recently, the cafe acquired another location on Broadway and 190th Street in Manhattan, and that's where I'll be featuring at. But yes, they are now hybrid. See, you're leading the way. Since you've gone hybrid, everyone is going hybrid now, you know? So actually, Ray Jane, Ray did this, and Amanda, we went to Art Defiance hybrid open mic a few weeks ago at Lehman College. So I'm telling you, everybody's following your lead, but you're doing it the best, Advocate, you know.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you. Ron Mark Thompson, make sure you give him a follow. Also look up Bronx Art and Fun Hub. All right. I did not see Aldenary Torres. So if we, right, Ron saying no. So, okay. So we're going to Florida. What one of our newest mainstays, Gustav Salas. I love this dude's energy and poetry. I'm happy that he is part of the community. I'm trying to unmute him. Are you getting that request yet, Gustav? No. You want to try to unmute him, Ron, in case it's me?
I think I got it.
There we go. There we go.
There we go.
Gustav, let the people know where we can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock out, brother. Happy to have you.
Okay, I'll put all that shit in the chat. I am sick tonight, so if I start coughing, give me some slack. I feel terrible. I was going to do something on point with the theme, but it didn't happen. I spent all day in bed, so I'm going to do an old one. Here's 1, 2, 3, check, check, check. Beamed up from Prague like Star Trek. I got lines going on to infinity. Some call me a poet and some a divinity, but I never take me too seriously. I'm living on the edge deliriously. Future evolution depends on our decisions now. Surmounting every difficulty will show you how. Words cascading like Niagara falls in your lap like Niagara to keep this booty shaken while Armageddon's quaking. My rhyme's erect, it's never flaccid. Complex like deoxyribose nucleic acid. Been up all night, I keep going and going and going. And where this will stop, there's no way of knowing. Leo Dragon's my horoscope. I'm pyrotechnic like a great white dope. I'm on fire and everything's funny. I'm the frickin' Energizer Bunny. It's inside me. There's always more. 7 days a week, I'm on 24. Plugged in, blissed out, I'm inspired. Into cosmic consciousness, I'm hardwired. I'll live forever or I'll die trying. At light speed, I'm time defying. Real serious like the dog star, yet delirious like the drugs are. If making my own synchronicity seems like egocentricity, I got my flaws, but live life to the hilt. Love and do what thou wilt. Third eyes on like I got x-ray specs, driven to the edge of Cassandra complex, but I roll with the shocks. We're putting everything back in Pandora's box. The golden apple goes to the fairest. I'm dressed to thrill. All hail Eris. Sacrifice to Bacchus another Red Bull while giving thanks and being mindful of all the joy that surrounds us. Even when all their bullshit hounds us, back on earth where we live life, death, rebirth, and the afterlife. and I'm sailing away. Live in the now, live for today. The river Styx we all will cross. In Hades, I'll be my boss. Non serviam, I'll tell the ruler. Install central air, now that's cooler. Even in the depths of hell, all my best friend. Ooh, even in the depths of hell, we know how to party well. We'll open a club, we'll call it heaven. It'll be rocking 24/7. Dionysian revels, I'm not joshin'. Orgiastic, Hieronymus Boshin. We like it spicy, got no taste for mild. Our party motor's running, reborn to be wild. We're quantum mechanics under the hood, meta programming for the common good. If Einstein's relativity is E equals MC squared, this means that good times are best when they are shared. Our cup runneth over a cornucopia. An underground network created this utopia. We make the rules by which this game is played, got a grip on the eternal golden braid. So if you're down with what we're professing, come with us, we're effervescing. To these naked truths, we're undressing. Love one another, it's a blessing. Thank you.
Unmute yourselves. Give some love to Gustav.
Woo!
You're a blessing,
That's
sir.
awesome.
When you click at
Einstein.
I love this dude's energy. He put all his information in the chat. Gustav, if you want to drop it in the chat again, make sure you give him a follow. Representing Florida. Not many good things come out of Florida. I'm sorry, I've got the internet. But Gustav is a good thing coming out of Florida. Loving this dude. All right, let's keep it moving. As now everyone from Florida who is watching has turned themselves off from this. Next up, we're going to India with my man Unmesh Mohitkar. This dude doesn't waste a syllable. I love it. I love it. Unmesh, let the people know where they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to rock, brother.
Hello everyone. I am Unmesh Mohitkar on Facebook and Instagram. And I've got a book, Light Shadow Life, on Amazon, and I've got an open mic every Saturday, 8 p.m. India time, that 9:30 a.m. New York time. Here we go. Just give me a second. Okay, leading a textbook life. He reached to the end of the book. The book only took him from cover to cover. Outside the book, he refused to see. There were dreaded monsters which he decided to see never. When he was still in his textbook, following the rules filling his life to the brim, they did not change the rules, they changed the book itself. He and his rules sleeping inside the book, redundant, reluctant, refusing to accept the reality, like a traffic light turning red. Rules ruining his life. What is he going to do? Is he going to throw the book away, never to see that dreaded, stained, smelly book again? If he throws the book, he will throw a part of himself which ruled him, iron-fisted, rules breaking his life. The rules never rested. Morning to evening they tested. Aftertaste of life tasted like the old smelly library of monster courtroom, rules breaking his life. But he never broke the rules. Now with the book changed, the rules are changed. He still sits surrounded by those dreaded old rules, silently looking at the world. The world believed the rules are to be broken, but because of the rules, he was alone and broken beyond recognition. Even now, he looks at the book kept in the corner, looking at him, judging, following every action, emotion and reaction. He can't say enough is enough. Paranoia of rules, making a parody of his life. He leaves the book, never to look at it again. He roams in the empty, noisy, scary spaces. The spaces never scared him. What scared him was the chaos. Chaos without rules. He still roams in those halls with stone pillars, waiting for someone to call for order. Once again, wanting, seeking the solace of a new book, which will enclose him from cover to cover. Rules ruining his life, rules ruling his life, rules killing his life, rules failing his life. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Unmute yourselves and give it up for
Nice unmasked.
Hancock.
Way to say it.
Make sure you go give this dude a follow. I know he was just interviewed on the radio station out there in India, had his poetry rocking. I saw that on Facebook. Umesh, congratulations. Make sure you give him a follow. Like I said, he's got his own open mic he's running. Love this dude's energy. He doesn't take a syllable off. Love it. Next coming up is someone that we proudly stole from Nomadic Press. We'll steal it again. We got a couple of people from Nomadic Press here that were stolen. I love Nomadic Press. And that is Noelia. Let me unmute Noelia. Oh, Ron got to it before I did. Noelia, I love having you on. And I love the fact that when I walked into my classroom, the teacher was playing your poem from the Monday Night Online Open Mic. That was so awesome. Let the people know where they can follow you. And you got 3 minutes to rock, sis.
You got it. You can find me at nevertheless_Noelia on Instagram. And this is called Most Holy, based on 1 Corinthians 13:11. When I was like a child, you were the keeper of my most holy place, entrusted with my innermost room, your feet leaving footprints in the undisturbed dust from the years of unwalked corridors. You were sacred, unblemished. I believed your words to be gospels, holy. Your plight, my mission field, you, my sanctuary, the space I would whisper prayers, knowing they were heard, believing you to be the answer to them all. I talked like a child, offered words like incense to your attentive ears, spoke as if you were savior, protector, keeper of promises. I promised to walk with you through fire, to offer my sacrifices when required. I swore to worship you forever, to make you ruler of my heart. I thought like a child, thought your skilled hands built these steeples, remodeled interiors, laid tiles, mended the very foundations, thought the hem of your robes was what cleaned the dust from the floors, thought you saved me. I stopped believing in religion and fairy tales, but you made me think gods and men alike could achieve perfection. I reasoned like a child, believed your anger to be righteous, believed I was the broken one, believed the confident tone of your voice when examining my shortcomings meant you were correct, believed the red flags were tests of how holy I could love, believing for every piece of myself lost, you would restore it sevenfold. Convinced myself I was incapable of loving, knew deep within me my sacrifice was unworthy of your altar. But when I was grown, I noticed the steeple so beautiful that ascended towards God, averted eyes away from the weeds breaking through the tiles, began to see the interior remodeling was to cover up the way your shortcomings gutted the original splendor of the inner rooms, realized the newly laid tiles on the floor sounded hollow beneath my feet, placed above the vast emptiness in each promise you whispered in my temples, that the foundations beneath my feet were built on lies wrapped in pretty smiles, pearly white teeth hiding the poison in each word you hissed, a snake in God's clothing. When I was grown, I realized it was my tears and constant anxious pacing that kept the floors clean of dust, that these sanctuaries were held together by my strength, my determination to preserve whatever pieces of me remained. Realized I did not need your intercession because I was the sacred one, the innermost room, mine. You were an empty ark pretending to hold holy relics, taking up space that could be used for my own blossoms. So I cleared the room, took the ark beyond the outermost courtyard, removed every single stick of incense you taught me to pray with, taught myself to pray alone, removed every lie from my mind, folded your robes, Put away childish things. Thank you.
Ooh, unmute yourself.
Yes.
Give it up for
Yeah, let's
Noelia.
go, Noelia.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Faith in God's clothing is gonna live in my soul.
Make that a song lyric.
Noelia Cerner, go give her a follow. And the line that I liked, everyone liked a lot of lines, but they didn't catch it. Like, I'm gonna paraphrase the line when she talked about, like, she kept the floor clean because of all her pacing. Like, that imagery stuck in my head. I was like, ooh, I see Thomas Fucalaro leaning in like, damn it, I wish I wrote that line. Me too, Thomas, me too. Go give Noelia a follow. What a fucking line, loved it. Excuse my French. Okay, next coming up, we got Kevon James. Is he here? Is he here? Do you see him, Thomas? I mean, Ron? I was just looking at Thomas.
Yes, he is here.
Thomas.
He's unmuted.
Awesome, awesome. Where's Kevon? How come I don't? Oh, there he is. What's up, Kevon? Let the people know where they can find you online. And you got 3 minutes to rock, brother. Good to see you.
You can follow me at Kevon the Poet on Instagram, and this is called Technology. What if technology suddenly went backwards? From motor vehicles to horse carriages, from relationship statuses on social media handles to public displays of affection, and from light bulbs to lit candles. I surrender time of my life and hard-earned green to glare into a blue screen. How many versions or models of a device do I actually need? Updated technology makes me feel content with greed. Whether a brand is really popular or just bland, technology can either be a crutch or a helping hand. Whether I use Alexa, Cortana, or Siri, the advances of AI makes me wonder how much of my life is dependent on a device. All of this makes me think about this question: will humanity survive technology? Thank you.
Unmute yourselves and let's give some
Yo,
love.
that was
a good question.
incredible, Kevon. That was incredible. Deep.
That is the question all of us is asking. I've been speaking with a lot of people about that of late, especially because of the pandemic. Kevon, make sure that you put your information in the chat so people could copy and paste and give a follow. I was hoping to see you at the last hybrid, man. You got to come hang out with us. Kevon James. All right, before we go to Kyla Ducaya Garcia next, I want to give some shout outs to people in the audience who haven't signed up, like my man Midnight, who rocked out at Hybrid. I don't have the towel with me right now, but I'm gonna have to show you the towel this dude got me. I mean, he was disrespectful and he wrapped it in Mets paraphernalia. But nonetheless, it was such a sweet present. Appreciate you, Midnight. Amanda Ashley Villanueva came in. She came in just in time to hear Noelia. She is a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. We've also got Ray did this. Is he shirtless? No, he's just wearing a shirt. He's wearing a wife beater that has the same skin color as him. I was like, is he shirtless? Ray did this. A mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic, as well as Deadpan Lizzie, the Beanie God. Represent the Beanie God. I got the beanie on. Thank you, Lizzie. Who else? Ron Bremner. He is always here, and he's always dropping his poetry in the chat as well. I appreciate you, Ron. And earlier I had mentioned, after talking to Thomas Fucalaro, I had called Ron Mark Thompson Thomas by accident because Thomas Connor had just joined and put on his hoodie and his video. Shout out to Mr. Thomas Connor, who's here. Terry Rose Jertson in the building. She's always coming here and giving us love. I appreciate you, Terry. Douglas Silver. I don't know Douglas, but he's been watching intently the whole night. I appreciate you, Douglas. Thank you. I hope you were enjoying us. Rescue Poetics in the building. Where have you been? We've been doing this for 87 weeks. Where have you been? That's almost 2 years, Rescue, okay? I know you. You know I know you. She's going to start coming along, I think. You know why I know it? Because Thomas Fucalaro was here. That's why. She was like, well, if Thomas likes it, then it's got to be legit. So shout out to Rescue Poetics here. Mr. Speaker in the building. For those of you who like Marissa Prada's work, which we very much do, Mr. Speaker has like, you need to check out the New Yo. And she came, and now she's a mainstay. Shout out to Mr. Speaker. Tara Lee in the building. Wait, is Tara on the open mic? No, she's not. She's usually on the open mic. Shout out to Tara Lee coming in and checking this out. I appreciate you. As always, sis, I love her name. Sarah Bass is here. I saw Sarah had her camera on before. Now it's off, but Sarah Bass has been here from the beginning listening to everything. I appreciate you, Sarah. I see you. Also, someone here by the name of Amanda G. Amanda hasn't put on her camera, but Amanda, I think, has been here from the beginning listening. I appreciate you listening in, Amanda, as well. Who else do we have here? I'm trying to make sure I grab everyone. DG Clearing, who's getting his business back up and running. He has been busy with a bunch of things, but he promised that he will come back. But he has listened in with us. We love DG. Oh, and I love that picture of you, DG, in your avatar. DG Clearing. Make sure that you go check this dude out. Love having him on. We also got Christian here, the curly-headed ninny. He rocked out at Hybrid last month. Loving that dude's hair and beard. It is popping. He's just popping on screen. I love it. All right. Let us Propaganda Poet here, a mainstay at the Monday night online open mic, always giving love. Appreciate seeing him as well. I also see we got Tabitha from the Bronx. Tabitha checking in. She is also a Monday night online open mic mainstay. So I think I mentioned everyone who's not on the open mic list. If not, I'm going to keep going over it, but I want to get back to the poetry. And now we're going with Kyla Tukaya Garcia. Let me unmute her. She is a mainstay here at the Monday night online open mic. Kyla, it is always good to see you. Let the people know where they can find you online. And you got 3 minutes to rock, sis.
Hi, everyone. I missed you all so much. You can find me at Kylark on Instagram, and I am sharing poetry on Lenape land right now. Okay, this one is a fragment. It may still need to be tended to, but I've dug it up and I'm going to share it. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Maybe that's why memories of love are so crystal clear. Time stretches endlessly on the planet of Amor. You remember all your firsts, how it felt before, the size of his hands, the way he always cooked dinner, the day you won the slam, but only his hug made you feel like a winner. Sometimes I feel like I'm living on that planet, stuck in a recall, slow motion. Take me back to Earth. I will down spiked shots of Venus potion. I'd gladly take poison if it meant I'd get out of this spacesuit, the one I've been living in, so I can survive on the oxygen of the past. That time wasn't better, but to ghosts I pen love letters, can't help pondering the things that don't last. It's like that movie, Two Distant Strangers. But instead of a constant loop of traumatizing police danger, I'm watching my own heart be smashed on repeat. DJ Mallet slamming it down. I shatter my own crown. Got a lifetime of prize sampled as the underlying beat. Space travel is for stargazing, for dancing through portals and skipping stones on the Milky Way stream. Who would come here for heartbreak? Who would choose nightmares and mistakes over the beauty of life's waking dream? And I don't know if I have time for one more, a short one.
If it's under a minute, go. It's all yours.
I'll do it fast. Kaleidoscopic life. Viva la vida. The bear is ready to come out of hibernation. The tree trunk is a womb that must give birth to stay warm. The ants dance along its branches. The smell of pine awaken the vogels. They fly above the leaves in bloom. Each bud our greatest teacher. There is a time to hide and a time to break free. The vultures and the peacock are great friends. They remind us there is beauty in alchemizing scraps into nourishment. A loveliness of ladybugs may find their way to your pillow. In your dreams, they will be bursts of color that will light up your heart like the Kuchenhof, infinite fields flourishing. You can run there slowly. We can breathe it all in. We can feast on bread baskets dripping with honey, mozzarella made with love by nonna, pasteles by abuela, lavender biscuits bathed in wine. The bees say when we work together, life is sweeter. Won't you taste it with me? The light of one candle will lead the way, but the duocorn gallops with the power of 1,000 horses. Let's be ghosts and have no fear of falling off the edge. If we gaze at the lunar eclipse with my kaleidoscope, the sun will rise again.
Ooh, unmute yourselves. Give it up for Tukaya.
I love it. Let's
Go,
be
way to
go.
go. Yes, yes, yes,
Oh my
yes, yes.
God.
Thank
Let's
you.
be
Thank
go.
you.
Lovely.
Kyla Tukaya Garcia. She's also an actress and got it in at 2 minutes and 59 seconds. She got it in. She got it in. Kyla Tukaya Garcia, Kylark on Instagram. Make sure you go give this woman a follow. A phenomenal talent. Let's keep it moving. Next coming up is Druce Wayne. And I saw Druce here before. There we go. Let me unmute Druce. Either whoa, he muted himself. Let me unmute Druce again.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
Druce
Hello.
Wayne. I'm loving the name. I am a comic book geek, so I'm all
Thank you
here
very
for
much.
it. So where are
Yeah.
you located, Druce?
I am originally from Oklahoma. I'm a rapper that's been on the road. Actually got to run into Top Dog Entertainment and rap in front of them before Kendrick's recent song with Keem that said Oklahoma, which translates to airing, and my last name was Archer. So got some industry connects, hoping to connect more. Poet and an MC from Oklahoma originally.
That's what's up. Well, I'm glad to have you here, brother. Let the
very
people
much,
know where
yeah.
they can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out.
Thank you very much, sir. My IG is I am the Druce Wayne, like Bruce Wayne, but with a D, so DRUCE Wayne, and then I am the Druce Wayne. So yeah, got that as the description on everything as well. So here's a song of mine. Hey, yeah, I walk this road now. Hey, yeah, I'm about to float like the tablet at the work in progress party. I rewrote past margins and how my song started. I was out of my comfort zone. Russell Wilson scrapping, had to step up my pocket like I'm Josh Allen. Sunday night at Empire, Buffalo playing pit. Thought of Mac Miller, saw his poster on the wall. Oh shit, flow quick. I slowed it down with melody. I mixed a K Dot and Mac, heard him through my own telepathy. Told me to rise above, ain't no way they can frighten you. The haters say siphon you, but they ain't liking you. Remember when the shots fired, wonder where they was heading? Maybe I'm almost to heaven, like Chevy at the levee. Another way I went away from all the cameras. Lights and blindness shine, innocent, they asked to damage you. Remember, I be trying to keep it peaceful. I ain't wanting the 90s to have a sequel. Tupac and Biggie souls, I'm bringing y'all Nirvana. Went a long way from place that replaced Ivana. Oh wait, I was just repeating cycles like a bike. I'm Jay, they call it cap when I supply. The product on my music is a lie. No, they gonna call it cap. I'm a plant when I sponge got it on the mic. That's a verb. Hey, yeah, I walk this road now. Hey, yeah, I'm about to float like the bubbles that they make like a spacecraft. Show them how everything I do make them say last. My day craft coffee, night craft music. They said I'm stupid, lifestyle foolish. Changed my beliefs on the populist ruling. Maybe why should suicide return as Black students? Learn from the past like we all do sometimes. Maybe all of us could learn from time at lunchtime. What kind of school you in? Why was you found truant? My songs ain't claimed as Druce's. They saying I'm too rudish. I'll never fame with music. My opinion is lucid. I need to stop dreaming. My energy too weaving. I'll never make sense in my rhyming basic. My ego in phases. My soul be awakening. Shit, man, what the fuck he rhyming about? He quick, man, but he knows time is it now. Them thoughts was in the past, but I ain't talking women. They said that I can't rap now on my jeans, they be looking. Hey, yeah, I walk this road now. Hey, yeah, I'm about to float like the acid had a tab, saw the future. I'm GOAT, how it happened, trying to place my future. They saw all my art and they said I would rule. I'm past my first start, now I'm bringing the fuel. The shit was so abstract, but super put together. The rest of the night, I ain't been wanting to remember. They said that it'd be tough, but I would prevail. They said that I'm enough and my ship would sail. Played Pokemon Silver, faced my childhood trauma. Need a doctor who would help me because my girl ain't Donna. Was that night a question or a statement of guilt? I wonder about aggression in the family with Quilt. Thought about the feelings that I had as a kid. Wrote Pokemon Emerald story online with the shits. Like, what the fuck happened? And why did I sleepwalk? Maybe ghosts happen. Maybe I see God. Maybe the 90s follow me. Joe Meek don't talk to me. I'm leaving cycles behind. The TV ain't gonna rewind. The suburban Nas, driving with my sister about to be born. Been in the suburban with the TV, turn the shit right off. Cycles ain't gonna rewind. My name is Druce Wayne. Appreciate that.
Give it up for
Oh,
Drew.
Bruce Wayne.
that was dope.
No,
That
he's
was
so
dope.
It's dope.
That was
We're gonna need a
dope.
new bat signal
Thank
for
you.
him.
I need
We need a
that.
special bat signal.
Appreciate that. Thank you very
At I am the Druce Wayne. The people love it. Hopefully, you are not a stranger, brother. You are always welcome back here. Make sure you check it out. I appreciate the style too, the singing, the poetry, the rapping, bringing it all together. I love it. Druce Wayne at I am the Druce Wayne. And like Marissa Prada said, we're going to have to make a bat signal for him. Love it, love it. Also, I forgot to shout out Shania, who's here, pretty poetic. I'm sorry I didn't shout you out. I saw you in the audience. I made sure I'm shout you out now. Good to see you, sis. I hope all is well. All right, let's continue. Next coming up is, Haley. Not Veeth, but Haley Veeth. Another poet from Nomadic Press that we stole. Damn right we stole. Nomadic Press got some dope poets. I love it. Haley, it is good to see you. Let the people know they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to bless us with your poetry, sis.
Hey guys. You can find me, first of all, before I forget, Poetry by Haley. It's on my name on Zoom. I had to look up the theme, but something that I really loved when I did was that I guess the core concept of cybernetics is the observed outcomes of actions. And I thought that was pretty poetic for what we all do, and it really hits on this piece. Question: when was the first time you were ever objectified? Answer: on Easter, an old man passing by saw fit to dub me an honorary Playboy bunny for wearing the trademark pearl and pink ears. And every slack-spined body around the table knew what he meant with their polite prayer hands fisted like tombs in their lap. When the man asked if I had understood the compliment he had given, my glow-in-the-dark preteen body nodded, but my mind palmed the wall for a light switch, his mustache curling and his tongue reeling in the echo of his laugh as he said, "Ask your father." That's it, guys.
Unmute yourself. Give energy to Haley.
Nice.
Wow.
Shit.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
You said a lot in a little bit.
Beautiful.
Crazy.
I love when poets do that. Like, and also it feels like it just got cut short, but it was like complete, and it's like, oh, then you got to sit with it. Like, I wasn't even ready. I was just like, oh wait, I gotta unmute people. Sorry about that. Make sure you give Haley a follow at Poetry by Haley. That is Haley V, a mainstay here at the Monday Night Online Open Mic. Love having you here. Love her. Love it. Nomadic Press. We're gonna be like the New York Yankees. We're gonna take all the players. Nomadic Press has their open mic on Fridays, though. Make sure you go check them out. Love them. All right, let's keep it moving. We're going to our brother in Malaysia, Julian Matthews. This dude cuts open an artery in his soul and just pours it out. I love having him on. Julian, let the people know how they can find you online, and you got 3 minutes to bless us, brother. A pleasure seeing you as always.
Hi, glad to be here. You can find me on Linktree, Julian Matthews. This is called The Search. I know I shouldn't have signed the consent form without reading the fine print at the bottom. When we friended each other, it was only because we had 37 mutual friends. All of them were poets, my Zoom friends. She said she liked my words, was curious about my right brain. I didn't think she meant that literally. When she asked whether she could probe my lobes, I thought she meant earlobes, not brain lobes. It sounded like a nerdy come on, or perhaps she was just rhyming. I made a note to myself to look up probe my lobes in Urban Dictionary. When she said it would be minimally invasive and didn't require anesthesia, she sounded professional, like a surgeon. When she used the term remote brain mapping, I knew she was serious. Hell, I welcome any kind of intimacy in this lockdown isolation. All I had to do was leave my AirPods on in bed at night, and all she needed was my phone number. She'd call unobtrusively when the app I had downloaded sensed I was asleep. I obliged, thinking this was a sciencey, millennial way to hit on me. The first time it happened, I thought it was just a dream or a tender Head massage. The second time I felt it deeply, like when you stick a finger too far in your ear and it itches and it hurts. I heard her rummaging through my brain. She opened dendrite drawers she shouldn't have. I sensed her reaching behind my cerebral cupboards, where I hid my stash of new ideas of poems, my fragments of dreams. She squeezed my hippocampus so hard like it was the last bit of a toothpaste tube, and I felt some of my saddest memories pop out. She had struck a nerve, cupping my inner trauma in her hands, whispering over and over, "It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault." Once as a teenager, I fell off my bike and had a concussion, and they did an MRI. It was so scary, like entering a high-tech coffin, head first. In her last probe last night, she was all in. She prodded my amygdala, my emotional center. I felt her swinging on nerve endings and sliding down my synapses. I could almost hear her breathing, sometimes gasping inside of me. But then came the chiseling and scraping, like she was a fossil hunter, chipping away at my neurons, like a prospector extracting precious stones, or a paleontologist on her final dig. I could sense some part of me was being suctioned away. I thought I felt it dragging bits across my prefrontal cortex. Today when I woke up, I messaged her immediately, tell her to stop. She replied flatly, almost too quickly, "Okay." Had she taken what she came for? Was my brain permanently damaged? I felt nothing. Then I got up, pulled the curtain. The sun streamed in, and my head felt lighter. My heart filled up like 1,000 rainbows. Thank you.
I love this man's poetry. Unmute yourselves and give some
Beautiful.
love to
Beautiful.
Julian
Yes. Every time.
Matthews.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Ooh, amazing.
Always amazing.
I loved it.
Wow.
Julian Matthews on Linktree. Give this dude a follow. He's always something else. Love having him here on our brother out in Malaysia, so he's getting up early to be with us. Julian, thank you so much. You are a blessing to this community, brother. Thank you. Thank you. All right, we got a few poets left. I want to make sure we get all of them in. Next, we are going to the Bronx, and I hope I'm pronouncing her first name right. Dario, I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Oh, but you are popping on screen. I'm loving your background, your hair. Everything is working for you. Am I pronouncing your name right?
Dario.
Dario. Dario, I appreciate having you on, and I don't know if you know, but I'm from the Bronx, so I always got to give some extra hometown love. The Bronx is well represented here. I love it. I love it. So, as you see, the people, you let the people know where you can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock. Welcome to the Monday Night Online Open Mic.
Hi, everybody. You can find me on Instagram at pettyveganmc, Petty vegan MC. I'll drop it in the box after. I'm gonna do the introductory piece to my new poetry book that I just published in September. It's called Ghetto Youth, and it's a tribute to kids in the Bronx, but just anybody who grew up in poverty or is growing up in poverty. They tell us to hold on. Keep praying and change will come, but ghetto youth don't pray, we fight. Violence is a language of its own. The ghetto is its own world, stitched into a grimy tapestry. A playground and battlefield dressed in needles, blunts, pissy elevators, broken dreams, and dead bodies. Our bodies still currency, our bodies still in bondage, cages, coffins, pavements, backyards, classrooms, subway platforms, and outside of bodegas. We are not as promising as the stock market, but still overstocked like cattle in prison cells. The American dream or the American nightmare. My eyes were made in the Bronx, but they don't limit my perception. I'm the rose that grew from concrete. I'm from ground zero where black and brown bodies still get auctioned like fine jewelry. Ghetto youth will break your heart and your face. Unapologetic with every poisonous word we spit, swag on 100. These streets be our runway and prison yard. I'm from summers cooled off by the fire hydrant and winters spent getting dressed for school in front of the oven. I'm from broken down kitchens with leaking roofs. I'm from welfare lines and sidewalk memorials in a hood near you. This is that Bronx state of mind.
that New York nationality, the miseducation of a dope baby, daughter of a junkie, but the perfect matrimony of woke and classy. So that makes me dope in every sense of the word, ghetto girl. I'm from a caged neighborhood ushered by government policies. I've been cast into a community that knows pain, anger, and loss like children should know laughter. Struggling to survive the killing fields we call the trenches, but who built these streets? Who cooked the crack cocaine? Who brought the pellets of death into our community that find their ways into the bodies of innocent young dreamers when we don't have passports? When the idea of leaving the hood is a foreign language? If I showed you a portrait of my life, what would you make of it? Would you deem it as equally beautiful as the abstract lines of blues and reds that sell for $500,000 at the Museum of Modern Art? Some of us make it out of here, but the game is always played with faded dice. So forgetting is what we do best. And even in our victories, we are still made to feel smaller than the rest. Every kid from the ghetto has a little bit of gangsta in them, but even being tough is not enough for a one-way ticket out of the struggle. No matter where I go, home is still the concrete jungle. My eyes were made in the hood, but they don't limit my perception. The ghetto is its own colorful world, stitched into a recycled tapestry. Now that's art. How we always manage to make something out of nothing. They tell us to hold on, keep praying and change will come, but ghetto youth don't pray, we fight. They tell us we should smile more, but roses don't smile, they die. Thank you.
Oh, what a
Oh my God.
noise.
Please.
Wow.
Oh,
Please.
Incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Make sure you put your information in the chat so that people can copy and paste and they can follow you. Congratulations on your new book. And that was so great. Even Tabitha put her video on. Tabitha from the Bronx. She was like, yo, hold up. My hometown's calling me. I got to put that on. Woo! Oh, I love my borough. I love it. And so much of what you said just, I can have a whole conversation on it, but I'm biased. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from the hood. So, yo, put your info there. And the people put in the chat, also, you're one of us, so you have to come back. You can't be a stranger now, all right? This is home for the Bronx people too, all right? Ooh, I'm loving it. Tonight's been a good night. It's a good night to come back. I'm loving the new voices we're hearing so far. I'm loving the mainstays. All right, let's keep it going. Next up is Coco. Oh, there's Coco. Let me unmute. Coco, where are you located? This is your first time with us, correct?
With you, yeah, I was with on Brujas like last year, but I'm in Brooklyn.
Okay. On Thursday nights. All right, and where are you located?
In Brooklyn.
Oh, okay. I got love for Brooklyn too. I know I'm from the Bronx. I'm supposed to hate Brooklyn, but nah, I love Brooklyn. That's like brothers and sisters out there. It's cousins out there. It's family. All right,
Exactly.
Coco. Let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out. Welcome to Monday Nights.
Thank you. I'm not too active on Instagram, but it's _Coco718. I'll put it in the chat after. And this poem is about my gender identity, and it's untitled. My pronouns sound like purple rain on reservoirs or open plains. You can't even pronounce it. So call me what you like, chick. Call me on my sidekick. Word to Lil Wayne. I am not a human being. I'm a fairy and a king. How Prince sounds when he sings. My gender is like yang and yin, the elements in each of them. Can't never pin me down. My spirit shines out loud, ineffable and proud. Subtle but deep, a wavelength beyond your reach. Something fluid but solid, lost but not forgotten. Smoky yet clear, a soul beyond its years. Refreshing but aged, a bird that has been caged, then buried in the grave and narrowly escaped. By God's speed, time and space, evades your constitution, English language and pollution, resolute with no resolution, just my truth, get used to it. Thank you.
Unmute yourself, give some love to Coco. What a fire poem.
Yeah, Coco.
Dope shit.
Wow.
The Wayne. Harder.
I love that beginning, middle, and end. Coco, you not be a stranger either, all right? It's okay. You don't have to have social media. Come hang out with us. We do this every Monday and Thursday nights. Also, shout out to La Bruja who held it down for me last Monday. She hosts on Thursday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern. There, they don't have themes or they don't have poetry. Well, they do have poetry, but you could also do comedy, hip hop, singing, whatever it is. Go check it out. Coco, don't be a stranger. We like your poetry, okay? Awesome. I love it. I love it. I'm having a good night. And we got 4 poets left to go. All right. Y'all making me look good in front of my friend Thomas Fucalaro. I appreciate all of y'all. I really want to impress this man. He is all kinds of fantastic. Moving forward, next up is Ron Mark Thompson got her. Miro. Miro was part of the inaugural series, the inaugural show, 2 venues, 1 mic, rocking out with Paris. She's also rocked out at Hybrid 2 times or once?
Twice. Once. You've got me on the 18th.
And December, that's when you're going to do it again. Love having Miro. She's also come rocked out with us at Wild Poet. She's all kinds of awesome. Miro, let the people know where they can find you online. Also, she was the chief editor and the creator. It was her baby of Love Letters to Gaia, which many in the community did. This is why I want y'all to follow each other, like people are doing things within the community. All right, enough said. Miro, where can we find you online? And you got 3 minutes to rock out. Good to see you.
Good to see you. So I'm Miro Reads Books on IG, but Miro also writes books. I've got one. Ebb and Flow. Thanks, Marissa, and thanks for everybody who's ordered and who's shouting it out and who's also read pieces from my book at open mics. Like, that's super cool. So I know that the theme is cybernetics, and I could probably write an amazing poem about asynchronous JavaScript and recursion and closure and blah, 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 but it just wasn't coming. So instead, I've got one about a day without screens. It's called Sunday's Minutes, and it's fresh. I wrote it today. Okay. Meet me on MacDougal in that crowded cafe on its last legs. Drink your tea, and when you're ready, let's venture out into the cold to see what melodies we can pull from the cacophony in Washington Square. And once our fingers have turned white, let's find refuge between bookshelves to share poems and stolen glances. And when our minds are sufficiently saturated with verse, let's cool off on that bench, recline, look for shapes in the treetops, your cheek resting on my chest, the city's hum cradling our anxieties. Sunday's minutes drift past, and when the sun gives in to evening's embrace, our eyes meet. Where will our choices carry our curiosities? Thank you.
Unmute yourselves, give it up to Miro!
Yeah.
Let's
go,
Miro.
Miro.
There's the book. There's the book. Ebb and Flow.
Oh, people got the book. They're reading from it at open mics. Oh, this is why I love this community. So super supportive. Miro Reads Books on Instagram. Go give her a follow. Find out about the anthology she put together. Find out about the poem, the book that she just wrote that just came out. Find out about how you can see her rocking out in person. And she's from Staten Island as well. So, yep. She was like, hey, Thomas Fucalaro from Staten Island. Shout out to Thomas Fucalaro and that beard. I love that dude. Shout out to Miro. Miro Reads Books. It looks like Mirror Reads Books, but it's all an illusion. It's Miro Reads Books on Instagram. Let's keep it going. Next we have coming up, who do I got? Nicholas Diaz. There he is. Let me unmute Nicholas. I'm liking that background. And I think Nicholas has been checking in. He's been watching us from afar. So I'm happy he's finally getting to dip his toes in the water. Nicholas, where are you located?
Yeah, I'm also in the Bronx. Shout out to my Bronxites on the call.
Yeah, Nicholas, we've
Yes.
been doing this for 87 weeks in a row. Where have you been? Why have you been on the outskirts?
I've been connecting with a lot of other poets in the group and just kind of like dabbling back in. Actually, my first time ever hearing spoken word was La Bruja when I was in high school, and that kind of like started me in my journey many years later. Been to New York, seen a bunch of performances. So I've been in and out of the space, and I'm excited to perform for the first time in front of everybody today.
That's what's up, brother. Let the people know where they can find you online. Then you got 3 minutes to rock out.
Now, you can find me on Instagram is the best way to look for me. Iconic, IC0 Nick _. And you can find me there for some poetry and some thought he picks every once in a while. All right, you got to do it for the gram, you know? All right, so my first poem today, it was written with the Dominican Writers Association a few weeks ago during a workshop. We do salons every Sunday, so for Latino poets or anybody else, anybody could join really, get a good workshop space. It's really well facilitated. So the title of this poem is Climate Changes. Polluting my soul with the noxious fumes of your fuckery, you're toxic. Corrosive to the touch, you've laid waste to my love ore, hurt me to my core, ignored, depleted, and sore from the exploitation, penetration, and denigration of myself, love. My principal piece, a virus, a leech, puckering its lascivious lips on the left side of my chest, sowing seeds of doubt and unrest that leave me pressed, incensed, depressed from the scope and scale of your con. Gingerly scooping out chunks of my heart that gave wider than the holes in the ozone. With a mere shift in tone, I should have known, I should have known, I should have known, but I settled for bad company rather than be alone. Perhaps I should own my own part in this climate crisis of self, save planet Nick from catastrophe, but I'm stuck. Feeling only tears stream down my face, hotter than wildfires, burning more than acid rain. God, please save me, spare me of this pain. Let the end come quick, not the slow, instead of suffering, never want to feel again. So that is a little bit of a darker one, and I have time for one more. Is a couplet, ready, and then Puerto Vallarta. Ready, all packed and ready to go, ready to leave this place of wrath and tears, this prison, this purgatory, ready to trade this life for paradise. Beach, booze, and boys wait me just on the other side of the world. Freedom and acceptance just a flight away. Puerto Vallarta. Rising from a drunken nap as the sun sets over the sea, showering the sand from the deepest and darkest parts of our brown bodies. Sparking freshly rolled blunts, brimming with the best bud we could find, running from bar to bar, sweat gathering on our brows, dancing sin camisas to Madonna, Selena, Dua Lipa. Flirting with boys with full beards, thick eyebrows, and wicked smiles. Twirling in the jacuzzi, our naked flesh hot and reddened. Laughing, yelling, gagging, hugging, grubbing, rubbing, kissing, sucking, fucking, sniffing, spitting, licking, sticking, heaving, steaming, breathing, 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 sing, grinning, sleeping, dreaming, as dawn tenderly paints the sky orange and pink, waiting to do it all over again.
Unmute yourselves and give some love to Nick.
Way to go, Nick.
One of us.
Nicholas.
Been one of us.
That was wonderful.
Uh-huh.
Say it again.
Iconic.
Nick Diaz, make sure you give him a follow. Nick, man, that's it. You stuck your toes in the water. Now you gotta jump in all the time. You gotta come back. You can't just be around, all right? Shout out to Nick Diaz. Appreciate you finally getting on. And I also appreciate you for watching us for a while. I appreciate that. And a shout out to Dominican writers, to Angie. Angie, I actually met when I had created hiphoppoetry.com. She was part of like this first community that I had worked with like online and stuff. And so many people have gone on to do like amazing things. And that's how I'm like seeing this online community. I'm seeing like people branching out and doing more. It is awesome. And soon enough, there's going to be a bunch of you that people are talking about. They went to your workshop and now they're coming on to open mics. Love it. Love it. Make sure you give Nick Diaz a follow. IC0. Is that O or 0? 0? IC0 Nick _. Make sure you go give him a follow. All right. Larry is supposed to be next. Do you see him, Ron? Sometimes he goes under Lavon Robinson.
Oh, okay. Lavon. Nope.
Don't see him here. I don't know. He always signs up and then he never shows up. I don't know what's going on, man. Maybe they're trying to prank us. Someone's out to prank us. I don't know. No, actually, he's been on one time. Just one time. So, okay. I hope all is well with him. Is Aldenary still here? Aldenary, Miss Torres.
Yes. I asked to unmute. Here we go.
Yes, I'm here.
There we go. Yes. Where were you? We called your name, but I'm glad that we're able to get to you. Wait, your video's not on? What are you doing, Aldenary? What are
No,
you doing?
because I'm on my phone. So like it won't turn on.
Oh, okay.
So
We take care of the body. Make sure you clean the floor with bleach. All right, that's what you do. With that
no,
being
the
said,
camera won't turn on.
it's okay. So let the people know where they can find you online, and then you got 3 minutes to rock out. I'm glad that you made it back, and get a friend to help carry out the body, but you gotta chop it up first. All right, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, so you can find me on Instagram, Miss MS _ A.T. And yeah, so I'm about to start my new piece. It's called Deadly Thoughts. Okay. He said I was beautiful, that was the usual. It was irreciprocal, supposedly provable. I loved him like how I love my dad. Damn, that was a shame, a waste of time, and too fucking bad. Why would I? How could I? How dare I compare a man that hurt me to the way that my father is with me? There are zero comparisons of a king to a deadbeat. However, he looked like a fairy tale. He was so ideal. I couldn't picture a perfect person, couldn't believe he was real. A matter of fact, he was not real. He was a phony bitch, and that led to a soulful lie. He said I was a beauty. That was a joy. He said I was the one and only that touched my soul. But yet it came down to a lie, a hurtful lie, a soulful lie that I cannot deny. That soulful lie hurt me internally. That hurtful and soulful feeling led to deadly thoughts that I don't wish to share with you all. So please, my dear, do not hurt me. Do not lie to me, or else you'll see me. You'll see how deadly my thoughts can be. So please, my dear, don't fuck with me. Thank you, everyone.
Ooh, she cutting up the body of
There
you.
we go. There we go. Get it on.
Let me know if you need help bearing him.
Thank you all.
Aldinary Torres, who this is like her 4th or 5th time rocking out with us. She's a mainstay, even though she couldn't put her video on, because she gotta take care of it. Can't have it, can't give yourself away. This is recorded and put it on YouTube and Facebook. So we with it. I'm from the Bronx. I get it. Aldinary Torres, thank you for coming on. I hope all is well with you. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we got to everyone on the open mic list. Next week, the theme is going to be healing. Okay, we're all going to need some healing after we have just taken part and we're an accomplice in a murder and helping Aldinary get rid of the body and giving her suggestions. So we're going to need some healing next week. Hybrid open mic is coming up December 18th. I'm going to start promoting that next month. I'm still working on trying to get this New Year's open mic going with the New York. If we could get the logistics right, I'm going to follow up with them again today and whatnot. And of course, 2022, there's so much coming in 2022, but I'm going to start talking about that at the end of the month. Real quick, Mr. Ron Mark Thompson, please unmute yourself one more time. Let the people know where they can find you online and all the goodies that you are doing.
Thank you so much. And by the way, I remember when Labua commented on your rules on Thursday, and look at your rules made so many new voices possible here on Monday, so that's just amazing. And I actually wrote something, for the theme. I'm going to read that next week because I got so inspired. I'm Ron Mark Thompson, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm also Bronx Art and Fun Up at BXAFH. Diane will host Ekphrastic Poetry in Prose. I will host some workshops. Deadpan Lizzie will host one. I'm also working with Marissa on The Word is Right. I host workshops there, and I'm in person next week. I will put that in the chat. Back to you, Advocate.
Thank you. Y'all can give me a follow at Advocate of Wordz. I'm on many different social platforms. When you spell Wordz, that's with a Z, WORDZ. Got a lot of good stuff coming up. Make sure you check it out. Of course, if you want to rewatch this open mic, or you want to go back and you want to see how you did on the open mic and send it to all your friends and family and all of that stuff, you can find it on Facebook and YouTube. Look up New Eurekan Poets Cafe. Make sure they give them a follow. And every time we do the open mic, we like to close it out with our Good Night Sweet Poet poem. And each night. Each week we have someone different, and this time we're going to close it out with our brother in Malaysia, Mr. Julian Matthews. Julian, the floor is yours. Take us home.
Thank you, honored. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for sharing what you've written. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for taking the time to listen. Good night, sweet poet. May your dreams be as imaginative as tonight's poems. Good night, sweet poet. Thank you for inviting the spirit of Miguel Algarin into your home. This has been the Monday Night Online Open Mic, presented by the New Yorker Poets Cafe, hosted by Advocate of Wordz. On behalf of the community tonight, I, Julian Matthews, would like to say, Terima kasih, selamat malam, good night, sweet poets.